Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Nicole Dixon, and I am a candidate for the Master of Education and Curriculum and Instruction program for the 2026 year. Looking back on this program, it's hard to believe how much I have grown over the past 2 years. And when I first started this program in curriculum and instruction, I thought it was simply coming back to school just to earn another degree, not realizing that I am learning so much more and that it would change the way that I teach, the way that I learn, and the way that I present myself as a leader. I have been a special education teacher in math for several years, and working with my students. I have always loved being in the classroom, working with my students, and helping them complete different assignments and creating different assignments for them to be successful in the classroom. But this program actually challenged me, so that I would be able to look at what I am doing inside of my own classroom and help me to adapt and to change the things that I can possibly improve to help my students be more successful in the classroom, and not only my students but me as a teacher as well. Looking at the curriculum, how it is developed, and with me being the math department chair at Dodge County Middle School, I was able to review some curriculum that we had adopted actually for math within the past 2 years. So looking at the different material that came across and deciding which material would best suit my students, and being in this program helped me make that decision for which curriculum we should choose. One of my biggest lessons that I learned is that curriculum is much more than standards or pacing guides. It's the experience that we create for our students. We build relationships with them. We ask them questions, and we give them opportunities to succeed in the classroom. And that's just one of the biggest lessons that I learned. And one experience that really stood out to me was my action research project. I feel like vocabulary is very important. We need vocabulary in everything we do in everyday life. And math is one of those things where, yes, we deal with numbers every day, but vocabulary is very important because I always use the example of equations. We have been learning equations since we were little. We start with a box, plus 3 equals 8, and we know that in that box we should place a 5 in that box. Well, as we get older, instead of a box, we now replace it with a variable, which is most commonly the x variable that we use to solve for x. So the vocabulary progresses over time from grade to grade, but students need to see that this is consistent from the time when you were first introduced this on up until you get into middle school, high school, and eventually college. And I feel like vocabulary is a very strong topic because the students struggle in math. And it's not just about the numbers, because some students are number minded. But when it comes to word problems or using vocabulary, evaluate, explain, analyze, solve, they don't understand, or the simple terms, equation, order of operations, things of that nature. So having consistent vocabulary across grade bands is very, very, very important so that students can be successful in math, and that we can see that increase in our math scores across the board. Another area where I experienced great growth was through technology. I really enjoyed the distance learning class with Dr. Toomey, and looking at my syllabus that I created, and the different details that I need to put inside of that, because realizing that over the years, especially since COVID, that we have introduced technology more into the classroom, and knowing the different resources that are available to us to help us be successful in that department. Working with my team members to look at different AI categories and different AI tools that have been developed to assist teachers and assist students so that students can be successful as well. And one thing that I really enjoyed about her class was the final project that we did, where I had to create my own AI, and I liked it because I was able to set the parameters for helping students solve equations, and that the AI did not just give them the answer, but it walked them through step by step on how to solve the problem, how to solve the equation, and that was very beneficial and something that I see myself using in my future classroom. I will be going from special education back into the classroom as a general ed teacher, teaching sixth grade gifted math in a new school district. But I feel like that tool, it will be very, very, very helpful in me using it in my classroom. One course that really pushed me outside of my zone was the curriculum and imagination course with Dr. Henson. I love this course just because I was able to see the outside world. I know that technology has progressed over the years, and that the students are more into technology and gaming and things like that. So completing her MetaSets project was very, very, very challenging at first, but once I got the hang of it and was able to complete it and get it all together and see that simulation, I was like, okay, this is something that students would get used to using to find information and help them as another resource in class. Even as I was creating it, and my daughters were watching me, they was like, "Mama, what game you're playing?" So just seeing that technology being available to them, and seeing that it's something that caught their attention, even though it's not a normal game, but it has something to do with education, and it's very important. And my biggest surprise that came from the program was the practicum. The practicum, completing those hours was very, 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 I wouldn't say challenging, but it was very interesting. Again, I have been the math department chair for the Dodge County Middle School. I also serve as the PBIS coach for the middle school. So I had the opportunity to collaborate with the admin team, the admin interns, the different grade level chairs, and everyone who had a leadership role at Dodge County Middle School, participating in different leadership meetings, faculty meetings, and things of that nature, to see how we are able to better improve the school. And on my end, working with the math department and the behavior at the school, it was very, very interesting. And then getting that feedback from other teachers and the administrators as well was very helpful for me in that nature. Completing my APDA with my mentor, Miss Shakira Gordon, was very meaningful experience because she was able to encourage me, sitting down doing that initial and seeing that I met some of the standards. And then when we completed the final, seeing that I exceeded it all was very, very interesting. And seeing that she was able to give me encouragement on how to grow as an educator and different things that I could improve on, and introducing me to new ideas and things of that nature to help me be successful as a teacher that eventually wants to go into a leadership role. So I really appreciated having a mentor that was there to guide me and lead me and answer any questions that I had. This program also confirmed something for me, which is that my goal is to become a curriculum director or an assistant principal in the future. Again, I love teaching mathematics. I'm also a science person. My degree, bachelor's degree, is actually in biotechnology from Fort Valley State University. And so combining my passions with that, and knowing, what students can learn, and the different activities and things that they can do, and me being in the classroom, I can take everything that I have learned from this program to apply it to the classroom and to apply it to me eventually becoming into a leadership position in the future, to help my students succeed. And if my students, not just my students, but reaching my teachers first, and then my teachers can reach my students, and then that will overall improve the district, improve our scores, improve our ratings, and especially our CCRPI scores. When I look back over everything that I have accomplished for this program, the presentations, the projects, the assignments, the practical laws, all of that, they're not just assignments to me, but they actually showed me where I am as an educator, where I need to be, and where I will be in the future. And I really enjoy this program. And I feel like this degree is putting me a step forward to where I need to be to reach those goals that I have for myself as far as my career. I would like to thank you all for accepting me into your master's program, as well as helping me along the way. There were a lot of hiccups along the way, but working with Dr. Henson and Dr. Gibbs and Dr. Mizell has really helped me get to the place where I need to be, where I am now, so that I can earn my degree. And I have enjoyed it, and I do not mind recommending this program to others to come through and complete as well.